A wonderful good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
I said a wonderful good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
So following Irina's introduction to the previous session, allow me also to say it's a very special day. And as the Malaysian designated Prime Minister said early this morning, there is an additional holiday to you today and tomorrow, and then the weekend follows, so you have 4 days off. But this doesn't address us. We have to work. We are delighted to be here and to continue discussing the topic of this forum. And once again, big thank you to the host of Bank Negara Malaysia for not taking the public holiday and continue serving us so nicely. Thank you once again. So throughout this forum, we have discussed the important role of the private sector to play, or needs to play, in supporting migrant families in achieving their own goals by routing their remittances from informal into more secure, regulated channels and into financial and investment products. This panel, however, goes a step further by demonstrating the evidence of public, private and people partnership that not only lead to reduced costs sending migrant remittances, but to develop inclusive remittances for impact diaspora investments in rural areas and promote financial inclusion. My 4 distinguished panelists, which I will introduce to you next, will share their practical experience and lessons learned with public-private people partnerships across the Asia and Pacific region, but also in Africa. We will hear now from governments how they have promoted creating an enabling environment and efficient markets, providing incentives about the essential requirements to make a positive public-private producer partnership work, and we will learn about examples of current good practices applied by different stakeholders. Coming to the distinguished discussants of this panel, I would assume that you have met these gentlemen already during the last 2 days. So let me introduce them to you by highlighting an interesting but lesser known fact about the panelists, one after the other. So let us begin with Major General Shafiqur Rahman. Given this title, you might be contemplating about his presence in this forum. 33 years of soldiering and 4 years of peacekeeping across Africa, Asia and the Middle East apparently may have no relevance with remittances, investment and development. But it gave Mr. Rahman the opportunity, I can call him Mr. Rahman, I don't gave Mr. Rahman the opportunity to closely observe the plight of millions of refugees, displaced people, forced migrants, as well as the peacekeepers coming from different regions. His passion to work with the migrants, their families and observe their changing life began in the progress that brings him to Kuala Lumpur and this forum. Coming from a country, Bangladesh, which provides almost 10 million migrants across the globe, Mr. Rahman got involved with the Bangladesh Migrants Family Motivation Initiative, an innovative research project involving millions of migrants and migrant families living in rural Bangladesh. The objective of this initiative is connecting rural migrant remittances, receiving families, to local public officials.